Hey there, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. Anybody that knows me knows I like high-end rifles, but what you might not know about me is that I also like high-value entry-level rifles. Rifles you don't have to pay a lot for, but they're going to give you a lot of bang for the buck. They're going to get you on target, and they're going to do so at a low price point. Recently, I was reading a newsletter and I saw the Thompson Center Compass rifle, which is a new rifle for this year. And I was looking at the features and thinking, wow, that's got to be an expensive rifle. Nope, the MSRP is $399, which translates to an even lower street price. So what I've got here is a brand new Thompson Center Compass in .308 Winchester, and I'm going to see if this rifle lives up to its reputation. It's got a lot of great features, and we're going to do a little bit of reloading for it. We're going to sight it in. We're even going to take it out to 600 yards. So without further ado, let's get into the packaging. Now, I have not even taken this out of the plastic. This is literally exactly how the rifle came to me. At my FFL, Low Price Guns in Bellevue, I made them read the serial number through the plastic because I wanted to see this and experience it for the very first time with you all. And here it is. Looks like we don't have the bolt in there. I'm just kind of taking this all in. It looks looks really nice. The black finish on it is awesome. So here's our bolt. As I kind of go through this, I'm going to walk through some of the features. This is a 3-lug bolt with a 60-degree bolt lift, which means you're gonna get optimal scope clearance, which I think is pretty cool. So let's figure out how this guy goes in here. Probably at about, there we go. Okay. A little bit different than some of my other rifles, but like anything, you know, once you get it down, that's actually really nice. Okay, so we've got the 60-degree bolt lift. We've got a 3-position safety, which is like the Winchester Model 70 Heavy Varmint that I have. It's got the bolt release over here on that side. Comes with Picatinny style scope bases, which is really nice. You can just get a set of Picatinny style scope rings, mount the scope of your choice. There's a few things that are really compelling about this rifle at this price point. First, it's got an adjustable 3.5 to 5 pound trigger, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I like to be able to dial it down to a nice low level and for it to be nice and clean. Let's see how the default trigger setting feels. Whoa. Wow. Not a lot of travel, not a lot of creep, and it felt incredibly smooth. Now, I'll put it on the gauge and figure out exactly what the default setting is, but that feels phenomenal. Wow, that's really cool. It's also got an aluminum pillar bedded stock and a free floated barrel, which is another feature I'm always looking for in a rifle. Why not have free floating? Here's something unique though. Check out this Rotary 5-round magazine. 5 rounds of .308 Winchester, pop it in and go. That's the idea. This thing feels really compact. It looks really nice. You can tell it's not a high-end rifle. You know, it's a typical polymer stock, but based on the price point and based on the fit and finish, I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. Here's the other thing, is it's got the threaded muzzle. Now I don't know if I'm gonna, yep, I can crack that by hand. 5/8 by 24 threading on this particular chambering, which means I'm gonna be able to throw a muzzle brake on there. I'm gonna be able to throw a sound suppressor on there. We're good to go. That's another really nice feature that I like quite a bit. The barrel is interesting on this. This barrel features 5R rifling. What is 5R rifling? Let's compare that to conventional rifling. In a typical rifle barrel, you've got 6 lands and 6 grooves. And you've got approximately 90-degree sharp corners between the lands and the grooves in the transition areas. Conventional rifling can work great. It can deliver accurate results. But 5R rifling, from the guys I've talked to, really takes it to the next level. There's sloped transitions between the lands and the grooves, which means it's gonna deform the bullet a little bit less and it's gonna be a lot easier to clean. But the other thing, the 5 in 5R is 5 lands and 5 grooves. What that does is it puts a land just opposite of a groove. Because of that, the way that the jacket on the bullet deforms is more optimal from an accuracy standpoint. It's more even and it delivers better results. That's what I hear. We're going to find out exactly how that works out. So far, you know, I had pretty high expectations based on what I've read about this rifle. So far, I'm pleased. I think the next step is I'm going to salvage a Weaver Grand Slam scope off of my 22-250, which I'm going to decommission for a while for some gunsmithing work. Stay tuned for more on that. But I'm going to take that scope, I'm going to mount it, I'm going to get it sighted in, and we'll do some initial shots at 100 yards. So let's go do it. All right, so I spent some time this afternoon setting up the compass, and the first thing I did was to take this 4-16 Weaver Grand Slam scope off of the other rifle that I had. I put it on with some low rings, which is good. I've got plenty of clearance with the objective and the barrel there. We put on a muzzle brake. That was a muzzle brake I bought for an AR-10, but I haven't threaded the barrel yet. I've got a Harris bipod here. I installed a strap with the existing swivel studs, and of course this attaches to the bottom of the bipod as well. Also took a little bit of time to load some ammo. I've got some 155 grain AMAX loads that I loaded up here with military brass. I'm using Varget, and what I'm going to do here is get my ballistic data from the MagnetoSpeed V3 so that when I go out to 600 yards, I could dial all of that ballistic data into the shooter app and hopefully get on target really effectively and really quickly. So let's see what kind of performance our ammo is going to yield here. Looks like we got a really nice group going there. And wow, standard deviation of 15.9 feet per second, max 2813, min 2775, average 2800 on the nose. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to do a little bit more shooting and see how good of a 3-shot group I can get, because this rifle has a 1 MOA guarantee, and that's 3 shots, 1 MOA. That translates to about 1 inch at 100 yards. And from what I'm seeing so far from this first group, that should be pretty easy to hit. So I'm going to do some more shooting, and we're going to take things out to 600 yards, and I'm pretty confident that this rifle is going to do really well, especially with our ballistics data. Early the next morning, we were off to the North Central Washington Gun Club in Wenatchee, Washington. There I met friends Jim Finlay, the club president, and Jesse Riddell from Arbro's Custom Rifles. 1,800 feet from the shooting line, we anticipated the day's shooting while giving the steel targets a fresh coat of paint. How was the TC compass going to perform? I really wondered. I was first up with the compass and was on target at 600 yards on the second shot. Shooting. With 3 successive hits in a row, I knew this rifle could perform at 600 yards, no problem. Next, it was Jim's turn. I was super curious to see how this lefty shooting custom rifle aficionado would do with the compass. Very nice.
All right, not bad. I like that.
Yeah. So we might have some disagreement as to whether it was the shooter or the spotter, but I think that was pretty good getting on steel. Second shot at 600 yards, and I think you were on from the first shot, even adjusting the scope diopter and being a lefty.
Yes, Yes, actually, it's got, and I dry fired it a couple times just to get a feel for the trigger. Trigger was very, very nice, actually. I thought much better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Gun fed and chambered and shot like you would expect. You're wanting it to anyway, which I thought was pretty good.
Yep.
And yeah, no, the recoil was very, very minimal. And considering what we're shooting there, I thought it shot extremely well.
Yeah, my first pull of the trigger, I was actually pleasantly surprised. I got that on camera. And one MOA guarantee with 3 shots. I did a 3/4 inch group with my first loads yesterday. And I think with what we're seeing, being able to basically stack shots on top of each other at 600 yards, it's especially impressive given the price point of the rifle.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but
Totally surprised.
I'm thinking we need to do some more shooting.
Absolutely.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Well, we're back from the range. I was not able to take it out to 1,000 yards, not because of the rifle, but because the scope does not have enough elevation available for that distance. But I felt real confident with the rifle. I was on target at 600 yards on the second shot, and I think that was due to some POI shift from taking the MagnetoSpeed V3 chronograph off the end of the barrel where I had my 100-yard zero. At 100 yards, I was able to get a 3/4 inch 3-shot group, so well within the 1 MOA guarantee on the rifle. And with 5/8 by 24 muzzle threading, you can use pretty much any 30 cal muzzle accessory. So I had a break on there. Now I'm gonna try a can, because we got a can here. We don't even need hearing protection. So I'm gonna just take a shot up at the rocks here to show that. I love that sound. So overall, the Compass, a lot of bang for the buck. And you know, if you're looking for a value priced rifle that'll get within a 1 MOA at a really good price point, pillar bedded stock, threaded muzzle, 3.5 to 5 pound trigger, you know, it's got a lot of features for really a very low price, and you know, you should definitely check it out. So that's my review of the TC Compass in 308, lots of other chamberings available. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any of the action on Ultimate Reloader, please subscribe to my channel. Until then, happy shooting and happy reloading.